easily. The over hit. And now the Pistons, we mentioned this in the pregame show, 26-1 now against the spread in its last 27 games as an underdog. And the over is 13-3 in Detroit's last 16 games at Little Caesars Arena versus Western Conference foes. For more intel, check out NBCSportsEdge.com. Now let's hear from Jordan Poole, who had himself a ball game in the Warriors loss.
Yeah, we just got to pick it up. A couple of the guys, vets, talked to the locker room about our urgency and how we need to get it together. So it's definitely a point of focus.
Did they talk pregame or you talk postgame after the loss?
Whenever we don't win a game, we talk about what we need to fix. Whether it's from the previous game or the game we just played. So it's something that we kind of been harping on a little bit. But yeah, we need to fix it, and we definitely will.
They shot 38 free throws. I know that's kind of been a trend. I mean, was that one of the talking points, just the way you guys are fouling?
Yeah, we're trying not to foul. I think we take pride in playing physical defense, and some of us are coming from playing physical defense at the end of the last season, so we kind of got to figure out what's the middle ground. Try not to foul while still being aggressive. So it comes with reps, comes with time. We'll fix it.
What allowed you to get going the way you did in the third quarter?
Just being aggressive, taking some open shots, playing my game.
You seem to be kind of referring to like the physicality of the playoffs and like readjusting back to regular season basketball. That's been an adjustment for you?
I wouldn't say just for me personally, but I think you see the level of physicality at the end of last season. And I think we got comfortable playing with that type of physicality, and then we gotta get back to, I guess, playing regular defense. So, it comes with it, and we'll fix it. We know we will.
How have you felt as a leader of the second unit that was extremely different than last year, is also much younger than last year's second unit?
How do I feel like in terms of?
Just we've been talking a lot about needing more communication, helping guys like James, Moses, Jonathan take on bigger roles. New guys like JaMychal and Dante get familiar with the system. You are kind of one of the lone key rotation players from last year and this year as well. How have you bridged, I guess, or tried to bridge just some continuity between everyone?
Just trying to incorporate them with the team like everybody else. We're throwing a lot of different rotations out there. It's early on the season. We got a lot of different looks, but just trying to see who does what they're good at, what they're comfortable at, where they can get their actions. Just gaining chemistry all around. It'll take a little bit of time. Even the second unit that we had last year, it wasn't like smoothly right off the gate. It took a little bit. It took quite amount of time for us to just kind of start playing comfortably together, and we're figuring it out. Guys are figuring out their roles and whether their shots and their rotations. So you got to stick with it.
All right, that was Jordan Poole. Had himself a game, 30 points, Maybe Kerr has the answers, Mully and Festus. Maybe he can solve this riddle. Let's hear from Steve Kerr, who's live at the podium, presented by BMW.
No, it was similar. I always talk about the game being connected, and, it just feels like we're putting ourselves in some tough spots offensively, and then that translates to defense, and then we're late either in transition or on rotations, and we just can't stop fouling. 38 more free throws tonight. We talk about it every day, but something has to click with our guys. But I don't think it's they're all just blatant hacks. I think the way we're playing is affecting our defense. I think it looks like a pickup game out there. So we have to get out and play with a purpose and play with some grit. And until we do, then we're going to be experiencing games like this where just never quite get the traction you need to build momentum.
Are you kind of being critical of your offense there, like shot selection? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I both. Our defense we got to be near the bottom of the league in defensive efficiency right now. So I think it's mostly defense, mostly fouling. We've had some tough rebounding nights, but I'm seeing a lot of possessions where the ball's not moving, and ball movement leads to wide open shots, which leads to everybody being a little bit happier, a little more part of things. And that's where you get some grit, where you create some easy shots, you knock it down, you get back on defense, you get a stop, and you build a pattern within the game. That's what I talk about when I say you got to play with a purpose. There needs to be a sense as a team, as a group, that here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to string together good offensive possessions and then get back defensively, defend without fouling, and do that over and over and over again. But right now, it's just a pickup game.
Is that somewhat? You could say it's like a good thing with your roster, but Wiggins is emerging more. Poole, has become what he's become. Clay wants to get his shots. He's now back. Some of your young guys like to score. I mean, you have a lot of guys who can get their own out there. I mean, is that the challenge you're talking about? Well,
I mean, it's great to have guys who can create a shot, and you have to have that. But what you have to do as a team is find the balance between, what's the right shot, what's a good shot, and what's a shot that's going to lead to, maybe a bad spell, because these games can change like that. It's literally a possession or two, and the momentum can swing, and you have to be aware of that as a team, and that's what we have to get to, and we will. I'm very confident that we'll figure this out. But we have an interesting mix. We've got some vets who just won a title. We got some young guys who are anxious to play, and we just haven't found our footing. We haven't found our identity yet, so we'll work at it.
We're only seventh game of the season. At what point do these issues that we've been talking about become more of a concern or pressing concern?
Well, they're a concern right now, and so we address them, each game with video and with practice and walkthroughs, and you just keep plugging away.
How difficult do you think it is for a young player to know how to be a role player off the bench, and it needs to be kind of energy and bursts, and some of the stuff that we've talked about playing, but that young guys usually aren't tasked with doing across this league?
Well, young guys in general just have to feel the league. I mean, you look across the